morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the virtual USA International Speedways. Tonight, the National Racing Network is proud to bring you a doubleheader of iRacing action. We'll kick things off first with the Quarter Midget iRacing Club. We'll have the 305 sprint cars here at the USA International Speedway. Lakeland, Florida, going to be playing host to this one, getting things into the Florida swing a little bit here as we get ready to kick off the rest of the Northeast and national racing calendars coming up this weekend. We're going to follow things up with the Wide Open Wednesday series, courtesy of our friends at Snydersville Raceway. That one will be from the Weedsport Speedway up in New York, with the big blocks taking on the small blocks. Practice ongoing here for the Quarter Midget kids. Reed Whitney going to be quickest at the top of the speed charts. Best lap time of a 20.96 seconds. Landon Hathaway only 1/100th behind. Jackson White, James Freeze, and Nathan Coaster rounding out your top five. 1 week ago, we had a whole bunch of iRacing action going on here, actually. That one was from, the schedule here. Eldora Speedway playing host 1 week ago. That race taken home by Landon Hathaway, getting his first win on the season. Chase Mungin continuing a very, very strong season, a number of runner-up finishes. Nicholas Chambers at Stenzel, and all the names listed on the results is Jennifer Kelleher, but that one would be yes, Larry Kelleher is the fifth place finisher from 1 week ago. In the point standings, Jace Mungin, without a win, is your top point earner so far with 3 races remaining in the season. His average start is 6th. His average finish over the 3 races run so far is 2nd. 126 points the total for Jace Mungin, your point leader. Noah Carpenter, 2nd in points at 119. Dylan Baldwin, 3rd in points heading into tonight's racing action. The point deductions are going to be a big story. We'll talk about this a little bit, but we'll round out your top 5. Vincent Gucci, Logan Watt. The driver who should be in 6th based on his performance on the racetrack is Connor Fetro, but Connor's sitting in the 12th position in points after a total of 20 points in deductions. That's all for failing to heed black flags. Other drivers, Reed Whitney, Nathan Coaster, Larry Kelleher, all with deductions. Also Lucas Kostick, Zach Weigel, Ryan Hodges. The other big one there was also a driver on here who had 30 points in deductions. The deductions are basically, it amounts to you got to answer the black flag call. If you don't answer the black flag, you're going to be penalized post-race. And after the racing we saw 1 week ago, there's actually going to be some changes in the structure of things, and we'll kind of detail them in a little bit here. But first, I want to say a big thank you and remind you that tonight's events are sanctioned by the Quarter Midget iRacing Club. The QMIRC brings together Quarter Midget drivers from around the country to race against each other. All participants in this first race are from age 5 to 16, and you can find them online on Facebook at Quarter Midget iRacing Club. Presenting sponsors of tonight's race include Das Stitch House. It's a custom embroidery company in Upper Black Eddy, Bucks County, Pennsylvania, specializing in embroidering racewear, workwear, and streetwear. At Das Stitch House, they push the boundaries of embroider craft. Find them online at dasstitchhouse.com. Graham's Inc. is a 6-year young company representing grandparents who unconditionally support their favorite race teams. Thank you for supporting the prize fund for the Quarter Midget iRacing Series. Eggs Cargo System by Giovo is an egg transport system. It's the global standard for egg transport all over the world. ECS can be used to transport chicken, turkey, and even duck eggs. Contact CB Bursk at g-ovo.com. Hammerhead Promotions was formed in 2001 out of a passion to serve the motorsports community. Their focus is on photography and preserving special moments in people's lives. Contact Dave Nail at hammerheadpromotions.com. And Curbs Plus is a manufacturer of conventional and pre-engineered metal building roof curbs, curb adapters, architectural equipment, screens, diffusers, and more. Headquartered in Ringgold, Georgia, with additional offices and facilities in El Dorado, Kansas, and Mount Union, Pennsylvania, Curbs Plus is recognized for their quality, responsiveness, and on-time delivery. You can visit their website at curbs-plus.com. Take a look at timing and scoring here. Practice still ongoing on the racetrack. So we'll pull up the timing tower here on the side of the screen and get the best laps up so you can see where your favorite is checking in tonight. I want to remind everybody that you can support the National Racing Network on Patreon. Visit us at patreon.com/National Racing Network. It costs you just a couple of bucks a month to support all the work that we do, everything from studio shows like the High Side Hustle, a new podcast endeavor that we've picked up. We're picking up the return of the Slide Up podcast featuring Joey Amantia, 360 and 600 micro sprint driver. A lot of sprint car racing coming out of the big show this year. Really excited for some of that. We started some interview recording this week with Joey, and yeah, really looking forward to getting the Slide Up podcast on the air. And tomorrow night, since we teased it a little bit here, don't miss our iRacing broadcast tonight. We'll be announcing the second guest appearing on tomorrow on the High Side Hustle show. Seeing friend of the NRN family, Dylan Corcoran, checking in. Yeah, we got the eyeballs up, buddy. You want to know who's coming? Well, how about this one? Joining Brett Dio on the show tomorrow night, promoter for the Short Track Super Series. It's just going to be a super show all the way around. How about that bad pun early on? The one, the only, Mr. Soup himself, Jason McDougall, tuning in and calling into the show tomorrow night. Cannot wait to get J-Mac on the show. That one's going to be a ton of fun. For those Pennsylvania fans who, after the Tulsa shootout, you may remember his commentary on all of his Pennsylvania fans, so I'm sure he's looking forward to that. To answer Scott Coaster's question on why are the car numbers all messed up, there's two things that are going on. One is whatever color combination the drivers and families set in iRacing for the numbers on the side of the car, that's what shows up on our screen. So if they choose a black number, it's going to be black on black. There's really nothing we can do about it. The other one is with regards to why car numbers may be messed up in terms of timing and scoring versus what you see on the car. A lot of these drivers are using custom paint schemes. The number that's in the series does not match the number that they have painted on the car. So, and that's another one that we sort of can't do a whole lot about. We're going to pick up Reed Whitney. He's going to be your first driver taking time. And his lap time, 21:86. How about this? Let's pick him up. Zach Weigel in the 38. He was quick time at 20.96 seconds. Second lap time by. Wait for timing and scoring to update here, but actually Zach was at 20.98. How about new quick time Jace Mungin at the top of the speed charts here? Jace in the 16, he's your point leader, and he's going to go to the top of the charts, 20.91 seconds for Jace Mungin. Noah Carpenter, third quick. Nathan Coaster, fourth. Reed Whitney, your top five as of right now. Everybody going to get 2 laps. Let's pick up Ethan Kessel. He's currently 36th quick. And just about everybody ahead of him has taken time here. Also Mason Beinhauer on the racetrack still. Ethan does not gain any time on that second lap. Mason Beinhauer makes a big jump, though. He's going to move up to 5th position, 21:04, and he's going to tie in with Landon Hathaway. Hathaway making his way off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Hathaway was 6th quick at a 21:04 last time by. What's it going to be this time? Second quick, 20.97 seconds. 20.97 seconds for Landon Hathaway. Taking a look, and everybody has completed their allotted 2 laps. 46 cars taking time tonight. So we'll pull down qualifying mode, and as soon as we're able to show it to you, we'll get you the results from the qualification session. Jace Mungin going to be your quick timer, and he will start on the pole of heat race number 1. Best lap time, 20.91 seconds. 6/100ths back Landon Hathaway in the second position. And here you go. Here are the results from qualifying. Mungin, Hathaway, Weigel, Carpenter, Coaster, your top 5. Beinhauer, Whitney, Krupp, White, and Mears completing the top 10. You can see the gap 1/4 of a second back to 16th place Dustin Weber. Within a couple of thousandths anyway of the numbers. So pretty tight field here at the front. Let's get to the grid for heat race number 1. Jace Mungin, as we mentioned, the New England driver, going to be your pole sitter tonight with Mason Beinhauer lining up to his outside. James Fries and Dustin Weber will make up row number 2. Damian Harris and Matthew Goslin in row number 3. Talon Bosser and Parker Bursk in row 4. Jocelyn Darensing, Zoe Butler will round out the field in the 5th and final row. Show you the gaps here as the field gets ready to roll off. Still waiting on Mason Beinhauer to get into the racetrack. See, checking in here, Mr. Robert Kreiser saying hello. Good evening, sir. Hope you all are doing well. Let us know in the comments where you're watching from and tell us what you think of the High Side Hustle lineup for tomorrow night. Brett Dio talking modifieds in Florida. Jason McDougal, who was an absolute rock star till he got dumped at the end of the, I guess, what was it, the D main or the C main, something like that? I mean, the dude ran all day. It was insane. Today, announcing he's picked up a Silver Crown Series ride, all the dirt races. So it'll be neat to talk to Jason McDougal about that one tomorrow as the field rolls off here. All 10 cars have answered the bell on this one. Let's go over some of the rule changes that we have for tonight, and these are all directly in response to what we saw 1 week ago, where basically it was a little bit of a mess. Wasn't necessarily bad driving, but it wasn't real great driving either. Safety points have been changed to 25 from 30. So basically every time you make contact, even that little brush up against the wall we saw out of 4th place Dustin Weber, that's going to cost you now. That's going to be an absolutely huge deal. Can't be touching bumpers under caution and all that kind of stuff. Damage is turned on and fast repairs are off. So if you junk your race car, your night's over. And if that happens early in the feature, not only is your night done, but that really is going to hurt your championship efforts as well. Yeah, and if you flip or crash hard, you're going to have to sit in the pits until it's fixed. And only one attempt at a green-white checkered finish tonight as well. So kudos to Joe Ollie, the whole team with the Quarter Midget iRacing Club. They're really trying to drum it into these kids' heads that you got to race clean and you got to do it. You want to race well. So checking in the comments here, Miss Jennifer Kelleher saying good luck to all tonight. Yeah, we're looking forward to a good night of racing. Last week was last week. Tonight we're going to put on a good show here. Field making their way off at turn number 4. Pace car is in. Great flags in the air. We're underway here in heat race number 1. Beinhauer going to be the early race leader from Mungin. Mungin able to hold the inside lane. He'll grab the lead down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Long straightaways, tight corners. Little bit more banking than Martinsville, but not a whole lot different in terms of the racing style here. Dustin Weber now up to the 3rd position. He's running the outside lane, almost making a little bit of contact, bottling everybody up. That was Beinhauer and Weber going to be nose to tail tank. Down the back straightaway and into 3. Mungin able to open up a half-second lead. car battle going on now as we are on board. Oh, they're making contact. That was Weber and Beinhauer. That's going to let James Freeze jump up to the second position. Sort of what we talked about. They're still beating and banging just a little bit. You got to be really careful with these things. If you get one on its side, your night is done for the most part because you have to wait out the tow. A couple of more comments coming in. Oh, cool hand Luke Weber coming from Dustin Weber. Next one. Sheena Hauk, Darren Singh saying go Jocelyn. Yeah, we're having some fun here. Jennifer Keller checking in with the Rockwell Rocket. So down to 3 laps to go here. The lead is a 2.5 seconds for Jace Mungen. There you see him. We'll pick up James Freeze. The Big Game Outfitters #1. Making his way off a turn. Oh, wow, big wiggle. What happened there? That almost looked like an issue with the steering wheel itself. Sometimes the controls get a little wonky on these things. Now Dustin Weber going to run in second. Mason Beinhauer is going to be fourth. These 4 will transfer into tonight's feature event. So we'll pick up your race leader here as he's going to work his final lap. Jace Mungen by now 2 seconds over Dustin Weber, James Freeze, Mason Beinhauer. Those are the top 4 that'll transfer off of turn #4. Checkered flag in the air. Give heat race #1 to Jace Mungen. Fantastic run there from Mungen. Trouble on the racetrack for Zoe Butler and Jocelyn Darren Singh. Both of those cars are going to finish the race pit side. And we'll get our first set of results up here that we can show you. Mungen, Weber, Freeze, and Beinhauer, the top 4 that'll transfer. Damian Harris, Talon Bossert, Matthew Goslin, Parker Bursk, Jocelyn Darren Singh, Zoe Butler, all will head to the Consi. Heat race #2 lining up on the racetrack now. Landon Hathaway and Reed Whitney will make up the front row. From the Great Lakes to the Carolinas occupying the front row. Ryan Hodge and Nicholas Chaber Jr. in row #2. Kipton Stratton and Larry Kelleher. The Rockwell Rocket in the 3rd row. 4th row, Dylan Kotu and Titan Deal. Jake Moyer going to be all alone in row #5. Pretty cool to see so many friends checking in here on National Racing Network, the Facebook and the YouTube channels. Thank you very much. Dustin Weber for the stars. Yeah, you can send us stars on Facebook. That's another way you can help support the efforts here on NRN as well. So lights will be out here on the iRacing safety truck. They're going to turn 1 more lap. You heard it a little bit there. You hear that little bit of crunch. That's somebody making contact. Anybody making contact is not good for the incident points. We'll tell you that much. Field going to make their way off of turn #4. You'll see the pace truck dive in. Green flag in the air. We are underway. A little bit of a look from Nicholas Chaber Jr. to the inside. See who's going to make it through turn 1. Oh, they're 3 almost, 4 wide. Everybody cleanly through the corner. Now, how'd they pull that off? Wow. Fantastic stuff early there in turn #1. Landon Hathaway going to be your leader by about 1.5 tenths. Oh, a couple of cars making contact towards the back of the field. That's Nicholas Chaber Jr. getting involved with that. Jake Moyer also involved. Moyer around and on his side on the front straightaway. Titan Deal just getting back into the racing action. Take a look, see. Looks like everybody's pretty well spaced out. Let's get you a Hot Shoe Racewear instant replay. Couple of cars making contact. Kept it all straight. Oh. And Jake Moyer was the odd man out. Tough break there for Jake. Down to 6 laps remaining in this one. This is probably about the perfect track to head to when you're trying to get some laps logged and you really just want to settle things in. Nice long straightaways, fairly long corners without a ton of banking to it. You can just real easily hit your marks. The 305 sprint cars, we've talked about it every week. It is really important for these drivers to hit their marks and hit them consistently. Any drop in the RPMs is just really a mess. In fact, let's get an onboard shot here with Reed Whitney. That was a really good illustration of that. Thank you very much, Mr. Whitney. Keeping the throttle consistent. He's foot to the floor, and the little bit of RPM drop is you just hear him as he's cornering, but you're not hearing any big ups and downs. Very consistent behind the wheel. Let's see how much of this tweet's going to come up here. Well, we'll show it to you after the flag. Check it out this time. Landon Hathaway picking up the win here in heat race number 2. Hathaway taking the win over Whitney, Hodge, and Kelleher, your top 4 will transfer. Hathaway, Whitney, Hodge, Kelleher, the 4 that lock in. Jaber, Kotu, Stratton, Deal, and Moyer all going to head to the Consi. Starting grid for heat race number 3 as they're out onto the racetrack now. On the front row going to be Zach Weigel and Gavin Krupp, couple of drivers out of the Northeast. Dylan Baldwin from the Mid-South, Lucas Kostick out of New Jersey, Garden State native, occupying the outside of row number 2. David Milazar and Vincent Gucci, a couple of more Jersey drivers make up row number 3. Matthew Lind from the Golden State, and Josh Anderson out of the Atlantic. Jax Whitmer, Carolina native, going to make up row number 5. Here's the tweet from our boys at the High Side Hustle. They're back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. with Short Track Super Series promoter Brett Dio, then the Soup Runner from the Chili Bowl Nationals, Jason McDougall, plus a recap of all the racing last weekend and the best preview of this weekend's racing only on the NRN TV, Facebook, and YouTube. Well done. How about that? Next comment coming in from Lee Weigel, the Belpre Bullet. I like that one. Lillian Schaefer also checking in saying, go Gavin. Field making their way down the back straightaway. Lights are out on the iRacing safety truck. It is time to go here in heat race number 3. And again, straight through in this one. No breaks. I don't even think they have a warm-up session that's scheduled. So we'll get the one and only commercial break in, at least for the Quarter Midget kids anyway. We'll get that in after the feature unless there's a warm-up period. But once again, want to say a big thank you to one of our presenting sponsors tonight, Das Stitch House, out of right here in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, specializing in embroidering racewear, workwear, and streetwear. at Das Stitch House. They push the boundaries of embroider craft. Find them online at dasstitchhouse.com. Green flag is in the air. We are underway here in heat race number 3, and it's going to be a good battle at the front of the field. Weigel holding on to the early lead. Krupp grabbing second in the Rico Abreu themed entry. Dylan Baldwin going to hold on to third. He slides up in front of Lucas Kostic. Kostic going to try to fight back to the inside. No room to make that passing attempt work. Here comes Vincent Gucci from a little bit deeper in the field. Slide job, contact. They got it up towards the outside wall. That's going to stack everybody up. Be a little early to be a throw in the big slider like that. Gucci already up 2 spots, and he's up to 4th. He's in the transfer position right now. There's the battle at the front of the field. Top 3 single file. Pretty clean all the way through. Then we're going to have 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Slide back in the field here just a little bit. Side-by-side battle. That's going to be Lucas Kostic and David Milazar. Kostic going to run a little bit high through 1 and 2. That's going to let him get to the inside. Yeah, there, you knew that one was coming. A little bit of right side romance. David Milazar moving up 1 spot to the 6th position. Sliding forward, there's Vincent Gucci, your 4th place runner. Through the front of the field, Weigel and Krupp, the lead down to about 1/10 of a second. Gonna be 4 to go this time by, now 3 to go. This time past the flag stand. Krupp looks to the inside of Weigel. We'll see, I think, yeah, lost a little bit of momentum there. Weigel able to gap him just a little bit on the straightaway. Here comes Krupp looking to the inside again. Oh, they make contact. Weigel slides way high up the racetrack. He's going to make contact now with Dylan Baldwin. See if they can keep him in a straight line. Yes, they do. Big slider coming out of Baldwin. Tried to get past Weigel there. Weigel able to keep his foot in it. That's a brave drive off the corner there. White flag is out, 1 more lap to go. Here in heat race number 3 at the front of the field, Gavin Krupp has the race lead. Zach Weigel going to run in the 2nd position, off from turns 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air this time. Give the heat race win to Gavin Krupp. What a drag race to the line. Zach Weigel picking up 2nd. What a run there. And a little extracurricular activity after the checkered flag flies on this one. So Krupp, Weigel, Baldwin, and Gucci, your top 4 that'll transfer in. How about that one? 6 1/1000ths between Weigel and Baldwin for 2nd. Milazar, Anderson, Kostic, Whitmer, and Lind all are now going to head to tonight's Consi. Heat race number 4 on the racetrack. Just waiting on one more car to get in. Yep, there he comes. We're ready to roll. Noah Carpenter and Jackson White going to make up row number 1. Seth Stenzel and Dalton Schrum in row number 2. Matt Hune and Landry Deneen in row number 3. Jay Jones and Michaela Fullerton in row 4. Austin Camp in row number 5. Field circulating now behind the iRacing safety truck. Should be turning them loose next time by. Starting to see the comments rolling in. We appreciate that. We'll get to some of them here in just a minute. Green flag's out. We're underway. A couple of cars making contact. They're already beating and banging off each other. That's Seth Stenzel and Dalton Schrum making contact. Schrum able to hold on to third. Excuse me, Stenzel holding on to third. Schrum now running in the fourth position. Something that we can't see in addition to the black flags. If the driver gets a meatball, which is a black flag with the orange disc in the middle of it. It looks like there's a meatball right in the middle of the flag. That's why I call it that. Driver gets a meatball. They have to pit. If they do not pit, they're scored last. iRacing will stop scoring them, and at some point may even remove them from the circuit. So contact is not a good thing, especially in a sprint car. Looking at the front of the field, we got a battle for the race lead. Noah Carpenter going to throw the slider on Jackson White. Big crossover. Wow. That was a gutsy move by Carpenter to hold on to the race lead. Here comes White looking to the outside. Off of turn number 4. They'll drag race to the line. Oh, man, that was tight. White has the lead on corner entry into turn 1. He's going to throw the soft slider up the racetrack. Carpenter crosses back under. Great battle here. And Seth Stenzel's right there as well. We've already seen he's not going to be hesitant on the aggressiveness either. Going to be a 3-car battle for the race lead. Oh, they almost make contact. They do make contact down the back straightaway. White going to fall back to the 3rd position now. Fighting back to the outside of Stenzel. He'll get the pass made on the outside. Down to 3 to go in this one. Carpenter's still your race leader. Gaps a 1/4 of a second back to Jackson White. Not sure why you're not seeing that one on your screen. There it is. Carpenter, White, Stenzel, Schrum, your top 4. Top 2 still fairly close here. Pick up Dalton Schrum as he's under attack from Matt Hune. Hune looks to the inside, has to give the car a whole bunch of steering wheel. That's going to cost him. White flags out. We're on the final lap here. White and Carpenter are going to battle for the race lead, but we'll stick with the battle for the transfer spot. Slide job up the racetrack. Oh, they're going to make contact. Who's going to grab the spot? What a drive off the corner. Seth Schrum. Excuse me, Dalton Schrum. Seth Stenzel finishing 3rd. Seth Stenzel 3rd. Dalton Schrum 4th. Let's do it this way. I'll put it up on the screen here, since apparently my words don't want to come easily tonight. Carpenter, White, Stenzel, and Schrum, your top 4. Hune, Deneen, Fullerton, Jones, and Camp, all going to head to the Consi. Grid for heat race number 5 out on the racetrack now. This one will see Nathan Coaster and Logan Mears on the front row. Camden Hibbett and Julian Rexroad occupying row number 2. Andrew Smith and David Camden in row number 3. Connor Mirabelli and Ethan Kessel in row 4. And yeah, Peanut Stradley, Caitlin Stradley, going to occupy the 5th and final row tonight. Let's pull up the comment here from Mark Lynn. This is one of the ones I know they talked to the drivers about tonight. No brake checking yet. That one's going to be a very, very big deal, especially under caution. You basically, once you start to go, you got to go. You can't kind of just go on and off the throttle here. So, and especially no grabbing the binders as well. And absolutely love to see the audience numbers we have tonight. Thank you, everybody, very much for tuning in, spending part of your Wednesday evening with us. Remember, we've got the big blocks taking on the small blocks coming up here in just a little bit as well. Coaster and Mears on row number 1, Rex Road and Hibbett in row 2, Smith, Mirabelli, row 3, Camden and I think Kessel are supposed to be row number 4. Stradley's back there as well. Field completing their second and final pace lap behind the iRacing safety truck. You'll see it make the big left-hand turn here in just a moment. Field will be under the control of pole sitter Nathan Coaster. Green flag's out. It's a good start for Coaster and a better start for Camden Hibbett running in the second position. Oh, Hibbett way overdrives the corner. Several cars going to make contact. Only one car going around. Tough break there. I think that was Julian Rexroad going around. Get you the instant replay here. See what happened to Julian Rexroad in the 10. Nice save by Rexroad, able to keep the car going in a straight line here, but Julian Rexroad going to be running way at the back of the field now. At the front, it's going to be Nathan Coaster over Logan Mears. Connor Mirabelli and David Camden get a battle for third and fourth. Mirabelli has the spot right now. Camden, in fact, is now going to be coming under attack from Ethan Kessel. Looks like a little bit of a connection issue here for the 5 of Camden as well. That car kind of disappearing in and out of the frame on us. That is just so frustrating. To the following driver. Oh, big wiggle there out of Camden. Kessel able to get around them. And here comes Andrew Smith trying to work to the inside. I love the overalls. Take a look at the driver's suit on that black and yellow number 33. Big slide job through the corner, flying right into your living room. There's a good look at it. That's a fantastic. Oh, one car going around. That's Kessel and Camden. So let's come back to the front of the field, get you the rundown here with 2 to go. There was Coaster, your race leader. Logan Mears is going to run second. Connor Mirabelli third. Andrew Smith now up to the 4th position. That's the black and yellow car there. And there's a look at Camden Hibbett now running in the 5th position. Camden out of the race. Ethan Kessel in the 29, 12 seconds back. White flag is out, 1 lap to go. Let's get you your race leader off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Nathan Coaster, smooth as glass through turns 3 and 4. He'll pick up the win here in heat race number 5. So we'll answer this comment here from Ryan Hodge. The stream is delayed on my screen. They just went green. That's correct. Because if you're watching your child doing the racing, the stream, we're seeing that in the same time that you are. However, the time to uplink the stream up and down is about 30 seconds, anywhere from 30 seconds to sometimes 90 seconds plus. It's not really delayed. You're just seeing it as all the encoding is happening and all that stuff. One of the kind of behind the scenes, I guess, things there. Dustin Weber saying Nathan got that BRE power. He gone. Yeah, that's that one was long gone. Here are your results from heat race number 5. Coaster, Mears, Mirabelli, and Smith, your top 4. Hibbett, Stradley, Rexroad, Kessel, Camden, all heading to the Consi. And guess what, folks? It's time to roll in that Consi. Damian Harris and David Milazar are going to make up row number 1. out of the Northwest in New Jersey, from sea to shining sea here in the Quarter Midget iRacing Club. Camden Hibbett and Dylan Cotu in row number 2. Landry Deneen and Matthew Goslin will reignite the big 33 battle in row number 3. New Jersey's Lucas Kostick, the Atlantic's Julian Rexroad in row number 4. Titan Deal and Georgia Peach, Jade Jones in row number 5. Jocelyn Darren Singh out of the Keystone State. Matthew Lind from California in row number 6. And row number 7, all alone back there, David Camden out of the great state of Indiana. So it's going to be either 8 or 9 drivers will qualify out of this one. I believe they run 25 car fields. Hearing some contact already. This is a long race. This is going to be, should be a 15-lap consolation race. The drivers only have 25 incident points to work with here. It's really going to come into play in the feature. But any contact that happens, if the way the iRacing system works is a 1X is light contact for you only. As soon as you involve another car, it's automatically a 2X. If that other car slows significantly, that's a 4X. So it really is about being patient here. Working your way through. If you're in the top 5, there is no reason to fight this out heavily for positions. Green flags in the air. We are underway. Damian Harris going to be your early race leader. Milazar will run second off of turn number 2. One car hard in the wall, upside down, already on his side. David Camden being scored as out of the race. Lucas Kostick going over on his side. He's going to have to tow into the pit lane. A couple of cars, they're still beating and banging back here in the back of the pack a little bit. There's the 117. Whoa. Big move out of Jade Jones. Really having a, you can see that car is really in bad shape. Caution flag number 1 on the racetrack. Trouble, let's see here. Here's a Hot Shoe Raceway instant replay. Matt Lind. Oh, Jones got it up onto the outside wall. Hard contact into the outside. That one also going to involve, may have been Jocelyn Darrensing as well. So we'll go back to a live look here. This is where you're going to start to see some of the meatball flags. And we'll get you a look here. Coming down pit road, that's going to be the 3 of Matt Lind. He will have to sit and wait out the repair. That's the toughest part of this for some of these drivers. Julian Rexroad and Lucas Kostick also sitting on pit road now. So the night will be done for those cars. Down to 10 remaining on the racetrack. There is your leader, the 20 of Damian Harris. Currently running in the 2nd position. 28 of David Milazar. Camden Hibbett's going to run 3rd in the number 32. That's the black car running on the inside. The outside is the 5 of Dylan Cotu. Running 6, Landry Deneen. Excuse me, that's now 5th. Trying to see what may have happened here. A couple of cars getting themselves all flipped around. Matthew Goslin now running in the 6th position. Jay Jones runs 7th. Titan Deal 8th. Jocelyn Darrensing in the 9th position. And rounding out the cars remaining on the racetrack will be the 10 of David Camden. I want to remind everybody, tomorrow night's High Side Hustle airing live from Westie's out there in Hamburg, Pennsylvania, not far from the Cabela's. Just you get off one exit sooner if you're heading west. Run it down a mile and a half, I guess, maybe. Yeah, come on out, join us. Fantastic wings. Something tells me we're going to have a bunch of soup tomorrow night. If Bert and Adam are watching here. Green flag back in the air. Damian Harris, David Milazar on row number 1. Dylan Kotu right there as well. Oh, they're almost going to make contact. Kotu with a big wiggle off the corner. That's going to let Camden Hibbett get to his outside. 117 is Smith really fighting that race car. Going to make contact. Jay Jones, Camden Hibbett, they're still beating and banging off each other. 32 goes around. They're going to put a couple cars up into the outside wall. They're going to have to tow back to the pits. Camden Hibbett and Titan Deal, their night will be over. Caution flag number 2 on the speedway. We saw the issue. Jay Jones has got to be getting really close to the incident limit number on this one, because there's been several incidences of contact already. Take a look and see what happened. That's the 117 forcing the 32 up into the outside wall. That's going to get several cars bound up and put us back under the caution flag. So we should be getting ready to go back under the green flag here. They're off of turn number 2, but the lights are still on the iRacing safety truck. And similar to the black flags, the incident points is something else that we can't see. We do not, basically iRacing doesn't give us the ability to see that. So, and that's done purposefully. They don't want somebody who's watching as a spotter, even an admin of the race or a broadcaster, to kind of affect strategy throughout the course of the race for some of their bigger events. So we don't get to see that information here either. Currently Titan Deal, David Camden, Matt Lind, and Julian Rexroad all on pit road and out of this event. Camden Hibbett, Lucas Kostick both being scored 3 laps down. Fields doubled up side by side and ready to go here. That's actually, that 8th and 9th place battle is going to be the battle for the transfer spot. So if I'm one of these drivers, my first thought is avoid contact at all costs, because if you get the DQ, that's going to put Titan Deal into the race. Because a disqualification means wipe you off the scoreboard. Base truck is in. We are back underway. Well, let's give you a chance here to crank it up. Oh, well, maybe not. They're beating and banging. Laps remaining here. Damian Hatter is going to be your race leader over Dylan Coach. Going to be Jones, Deneen, Milazar rounding out your top 5. Now 6 cars remaining on the lead lap. Matthew Goslin and Jocelyn Darren Singh all being scored on the lead lap. Little bit of a connection issue there for Darren Singh, I think. Battle for the race lead starting to heat up just a little bit. Harris over Kotu as the white flag out at the start-finish line. We're down to 1 to go. Harris cleanly off of turn 2 and down the back straightaway. Go on board with your race leader. Off of turn 4, checkered flag in the air. Damian Harris picks up the win in tonight's Consi. For Dylan Kotu, Jay Jones, Landry Deneen, and David Milazar, your top 5. Okay, that was your C main for tonight. Let's get you the results on that one here. Damian Harris, Kotu, Jones, Deneen, Milazar, Gosselin, Darrenson, Kostick, Beal, Camden, Hibbett, Lind, and Rexroad. Not seeing any of those drivers listed here, so this is basically going to be a second B main. And these drivers all will, again, have a chance to lock in. So it wasn't 8, it was probably 4 that locked in there. Here is your starting grid. Nicholas Chaber Jr. and Matt Hune going to make up row number 1. Dallin Bosser out of New Jersey in the Atlantics, Josh Anderson in row number 2. Caitlin Stradley and Kipton Stratton in row number 3. Michaela Fullerton and Parker Bursk in row number 4. Jax Whitmer and Jake Moyer in row number 5. Excuse me, Jax Whitmer and Ethan Kessel in row 5. Jake Moyer and Austin Camp in row number 6. All alone in row number 7 will be Zoe Bowen. "13 cars, 15 laps the distance. They'll get the green flag next time by. And then it will be feature time here for the Quarter Midget iRacing Club. Then we head up to Weedsport, New York. We're going to run the Atlantic Seaboard. Pick things up in Weedsport, New York with the big block, small block challenge race. Courtesy the Wide Open Wednesday Series and Snydersville Raceway. Green flag is out and we are underway. It's a good start for Nicholas Chaber Jr. He's going to be a race leader into turn number 1. Josh Anderson up to the 3rd spot. Oh, several cars making huge contact down the back straightaway. How did everybody end up? Oh man, that was a big dump there out of 39 of Parker Burst. Jax Whitmer and Jake Moyer both going to tow in. Yeah, that one absolutely going to bring out a yellow flag here. See what happened here on the Hot Shoe Raceway instant replay. This was Ethan Kessel in the 29. Oh, Kessel got pushed hard into the outside. Yeah, they wadded up a bunch of cars here. Several of those should be making pit stops. Ethan Kessel among them. You can see there he's missing the hood on that car. That will be a meatball. So if Kessel does not come into the pits, he will not transfer into tonight's feature, no matter where he finishes. Let's pick up the rest of the field here, see if we can get a decent look. Looks like the 52 of Michaela Fullerton also missing a nose. No front wing on the 39 of Parker Bursk. I would think all of these cars are going to have to come to pit road. Anybody missing parts, if you're missing parts, it is all but a guarantee that you have to make a pit stop to get that damage fixed. And parents, if you're watching along here, make sure the kids make the pit stop. If you see the meatball flag on the screen, they absolutely have to make the pit stop. At the front of the field, Nicholas Chaber Jr. going to be your race leader over Matt Hune in the 2nd position. 3rd belongs to Josh Anderson. It was 21 Christopher Bell type colors. Car's the 37 in your timing and scoring. He is up 1 spot. Dallin Bossert, the car who lost out on that 1 position. Kipton Stratton in the 35 up 1 position, the 5th. And Caitlin Stradley, Tina, now running in the 6th position. Here in the cars making contact, that was the 52 and the 25, Zoe Butler and Michaela Fullerton. We should be getting ready to go back to green. Yep, there you go. Pace car is off. Green flag in the air. We're still bouncing cars off the front stretch wall here. And see if everybody's going to get through this cleanly. 52 of Fullerton bounces it off the outside wall. That's a big hit. Their car is going to get up on its side. Also see Zoe Butler going around as well. There's the 35 of Kipton Stratton going around. We are going to stay under green here, down to 10 to go. Nicholas Chaber Jr. at the front of the field. He's your race leader. It's a good battle developing for second. Josh Anderson down to the inside. He's picked up another spot getting around Hune. So we're down to 9 to go. That's the battle for second and third. Talon Bossert running in the 4th position. Trouble on the racetrack also for Austin Camp, down to 7 cars remaining on the lead lap. Jax Whitmer, Zoe Butler also on the racetrack. They are multiple laps down. Answering the question in the comments about missing most of the second show. I wouldn't say we missed most of the second show. We missed heat races last week, but I honestly don't think so, because a lot of the issues we had with contact are going to weed themselves out. You're going to hit that 25-point DQ limit. That one is pretty significant. The other one is with having damage on, if you have to tow into the pits, you're pretty much done. You're not going to get back out onto the racetrack, whereas last week, cars, we'd have a big wreck, but with no damage, there was obviously no fast repairs. It was tow in and go. You know, there was no delay there once the clock ran out on the tow. So I think you're going to see you will see fewer drivers running at the finish this week than what we saw 1 week ago. Going to be 3 to go next time by for Nicholas Chaber Jr. He has a lead over 1 second on Josh Anderson. Matt Hune, Talon Bossert, and Caitlin Stradley, your top 5. Let's pick up Bossert back here. That's the car running in the 4th position, and Stradley really not anywhere close to making that move. So we'll pick up your race leader as Nicholas Chaber Jr. down to 2 to go here in the 2nd B main. White flag is out. We're down to 1 to go. In fact, just a couple of corners left for Nicholas Chaber Jr. Off of turn number 4, checkered flag in the air. Nicholas Chaber Jr. picks up the win in tonight's 2nd B main. Getting the win over Josh Anderson, Matt Hune, and Talon Bossert. They should be the 4 that transfer in. Okay, here are the results from your B main. Jaber, Anderson, Hune, and Bossert, your top four. Stradley, Bursk, Fullerton, Whitmer, Camp, Stratton, Butler, Kessel, and Moyer will round out the field. They are going to give them a little bit of a warm-up here, so we will take this chance to get the commercial break in here real quick. Thank everybody who helps us put these shows on for you. You are watching a Wednesday iRacing doubleheader right here on the National Racing Network.
At 600cc Performance, our roots run deep in CC racing. A leader in fuel injection, dyno tuning, wiring, and diagnostics. With over 15 years of experience in building and tuning, you can count on us to get you to the winner's circle. Whether it is diagnostics, sales, or service, 600cc Performance is your source for everything CC racing. Find out more at 600ccperformance.com.
If there's one thing every car guy hates, it's cleaning the garage. Do you want to take most of the time and hassle out of that job? Then call Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Agnes and her crew will have your garage, shop, basement, or even your porch looking great all the time. With unique Okay, sorry to the fine folks from Zone Garage. We'll get you back on the next break here, but it is time to go feature racing here at USA International. Let's get you the starting grid here. Jace Mungin and Landon Hathaway make up row number 1. Gavin Krupp and Noah Carpenter in row number 2. Nathan Coaster and Dustin Weber in row number 3. Reed Whitney and Zach Weigel in row 4. Jackson White and Logan Mears, row number 5. Row 6 belongs to James Fries and Ryan Hodge. Row 7, Dylan Baldwin and Seth Stenzel. Connor Mirabelli and Mason Beinhauer in row number 8. Row 9, Larry Kelleher and Vincent Gucci. Dalton Schrum and Andrew Smith in row number 10. Row number 11, Damian Harris and Nicholas Chamber Jr. Row 12, Dylan Kotu and Josh Anderson. 24 cars scheduled to take the green. A little bit of a surprise. 16th place car, Mason Beinhauer, does not answer the bell. I want to say thank you very much, Stephanie McGill. We appreciate you sending some stars our way. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you much. Get the reminders out of the way here. You can support the National Racing Network on Patreon. Visit us online, patreon.com/National Racing Network. Field's going to be making their way off of turn number 4. Pace truck is in. We are ready to go green flag racing. 25 laps the distance. Green flag's out. We're underway. Mungin to the inside, Hathaway to the outside. Hathaway going to grab the early lead. Mungin almost puts it up into the outside wall down the back straightaway. Side-by-side battle for the 5th position. That's going to be Dustin Weber and Nathan Coaster. Weber able to hold on to the spot. Oh, we got a tight battle for the lead here at the front. Mungin looks to the inside of Hathaway. They keep it clean down the back straightaway. Here comes Noah Carpenter looking to the inside of Gavin Krupp in turns 3 and 4. He throws the slider. Krupp going to wind it back up to the inside. Top two still bumper to bumper. A little bit of a hornet's nest forming back behind Hathaway and Mungin as well. Here's Hathaway to the outside. Mungin throws the slider. Crossover by Hathaway off the corner. Still Landon Hathaway's race at the line. Everybody's going to be pretty well single file here throughout the top 10. With a handful of laps on the scoreboard, let's give you a chance here. We'll get the onboard cameras lined up. Give you a chance to crank it up. Well, we're going to call that one off a little early because Landon Hathaway holds on to the race lead, but now Gavin Krupp runs second. Get you the replay here, the Hot Shoe Raceway instant replay. Mungin slid up the racetrack just a little bit. Ooh, maybe a little bit of right side romance from Krupp, but we'll bring it back to green flag action here at the front of the field. Top two, single file. Got to go fairly deep in the field here to find a side-by-side battle. Caution flag number 1 on the racetrack. Yellow flag at number 1. Trouble on the racetrack for Andrew Smith. See what happened here to the 33 down the straightaway. Oh, he got a big time hip check there. May have been, trying to see who that was. Oh, then more contact after the fact. Trying to get into the pit area. Oh man, that's a mess there. How to make the controlled entry to pit road. Trying to see who it was. Yeah, that may have been Vincent Gucci in the 81 that made contact there. It was a big slider. Whoever it was there. Lights are on, so we're going to do at least one more lap under caution. Timing and scoring does have to do the reset every time they come past the start-finish line. So we'll take a look and see who's pit side here. The lights are out and they're going to double them up. Looks like Seth Stenzel, Damian Harris, Logan Mears, Mason Beinhauer all out of the race. Beinhauer did not start in this one. So Hathaway and Krupp will make up row number 1. Mungin and Weigel in row number 2. Carpenter and Weber in row 3. Whitney Coaster row 4. Baldwin and Fries row number 5. Off of turn 4, pace truck is in. We're back underway. Hathaway grabs the early lead. Krupp Weigel, Mungin going to have to fall in line here. Zach Weigel up 5 spots. Caution flag back out. Trouble on the racetrack. Let's see here. Don't see the reason for the yellow. Don't see an incident anywhere. Looks like may have been trouble for Reed Whitney. Let's take a look at the Hot Shoe Raceway instant replay. Oh yeah, Whitney went way up and over. That car went for a pretty wild tumble here. Let's pull this one back up. Get you a look, see what happened to Reed Whitney. Oh, he slid up the racetrack and a violent tumble down the front straightaway. Now Whitney landed on all 4s, but he will have to come to pit road because of the flip. Actually, there's several cars that will have to come to pit road, I would think, after that one. But there's Reed Whitney making his way down to his pit stall. I would tend to think there was a fast repair involved on that one because must have given him one fast repair. And the reason I say that is after a flip that big, you absolutely were going to need some sort of repair to that car. So see if we can get an answer from there you go. We have our answer on why Mason Beinhauer was a did not start. Disqualified for using a spotter. So that's one of the things. You cannot have a spotter here in the dirt ranks. Even at this young of an age, you got to get used to driving that car unassisted. Interesting name not on our list here is Logan Watt. Logan not running this week, I should say. As we go back under the green, Mudge and go look the outside Hathaway. Oh, Hathaway gets in the crowd. Both cars are going to go around. We're going to wad them up big at the front of the field. That's going to bring the caution out. Time for you make the call. Get the right replay up for you here. The Hot Shoe Raceway instant replay. Hathaway going to dive to the inside on Krupp. Man, that's just one of those racing deals, I think. Both going for the same spot. Hathaway ends up stuck on his side, so he's going to have to tow in. There he is on pit road, and there's your race leader. That car obviously damaged. You can see the front wing is banged up, front bumper banged up as well. On the number 24 Abreu Vineyards entry of race leader Gavin Krupp. So at a minimum, Krupp is probably going to have an ill-handling race car, if not outright damaged. There's Jace Mungin, your second place runner, and your points leader on the strength of multiple second place finishes. Third place, Dustin Weber in the 54. That car looks pretty clean, as does Noah Carpenter, running in the fourth position. Well, a little bit of damage there on the front wing. So we'll see how this all starts to shake out here. Remember, parents, if you're there hanging out with your kids, watching the racing action here tonight, gotta make sure you come into the pits and serve any damage flags, especially the meatballs. That's going to be a DQ if you do not answer the meatball flag. So Crump, Munchen, Weber, Carpenter, Coaster, your top 5. Baldwin, Hodge, Freeze, White, and Gucci round out the top 10. Green flag back in the air. And we're going to go right back under the caution flag, not even getting a couple of corners in. Try to see what happened here. That was trouble for Vincent Gucci. Gucci was running inside the top 10. Well, he got some help hooked around. 44 of Connor Mirabelli into the back of Gucci. Both cars are going to spin. That's just kind of silly impatience there. Gucci and Mirabelli both now going to be pit side. Check the comments here. Jennifer Kelleher saying there should be more going pit side. Yeah, I tend to agree with you. There's too many cars that are going to have damage. I mean, that 24 car has some, I don't know that it's enough to get a meatball, but the car is definitely not in good shape at the front. You're never going to get it, especially with damage off. You're not going to have a full repair on these cars without a fast repair. I'm thinking we may have several cars who are going to be encountering issues here. Seeing the 87 of Reed Whitney coming in pit side. Actually just making his way back out of the pits now. Connor Mirabelli is parked in his pit stall, missing the front wing. Landon Hathaway also in the pits. He's actually out of the race. Zach Weigel, Andrew Smith. We have a bunch of race cars here that are going to be damaged and out of the race. Lights are out. We are getting ready to go back to green. The other thing that's going to come up here is what drivers hit the 25-point incident limit. We're going to be getting close with some of these drivers. Currently out of the race now, Mirabelli, Whitney, Hathaway, Weigel, Smith, Stenzel, Harris, Mears, and Beinhauer again, the DQ. Pace truck is off, green flag back in the air. We're underway once again. Much cleaner start this time down the front straightaway. See if they're going to be able to hold that through corners here. There's Dustin Weber, Noah Carpenter, Nathan Coaster. Everybody pretty well single file, except now they're going to cut it down, make it 3 wide off of turn number 4. Tried to go 2 for 1. Was the 30 a Coaster, and he's going to end up having to fight the 67 of Baldwin, and he's going to lose that spot as well. Dylan Baldwin up 8 positions. Shout out our hard chargers here early in this one. Josh Anderson up 14 spots, currently running 10th. Nicholas Chaber Jr., Dylan Kotu up 11 spots apiece, running 11th and 12th. Here's the battle at the front of the field. Krupp and Munchen. This will be the fight for the race lead. Through turns 1 and 2. One car around and stopped on the inside. Wait to see who that one was. Caution flag back out again. Looks like that may have been Damian Harris. See what happened here to that pink and blue machine. Caught the outside retaining wall. Hard into the outside wall. Gonna get it tipped back up and then trying to spin it around in front of the field. Never a good idea. That's one of those where the drivers they've got to know to just clear themselves off. So down to 11 laps to go. Krupp, Mungin, Carpenter, Baldwin, Weber, your top 5. You can see that beat up front bumper pretty clearly there. On Krupp's car. Let's see what we can pull up here on the great Weeder box. Remember, you can tweet us at the NRN TV. That'll get you connected into our software here as well. We can pull your tweets up on the air. It'll be 10 laps to go this time. Krupp and Mungin lead the field to green. It's going to be Noah Carpenter grabbing second. Here comes Mungin back to the inside, almost making a little bit of contact with Carpenter. Hearing from race control that all fast repairs are off. So, oh man, big slider there out of the 67 of Baldwin. Nice job picking up second. Mungin has to grab the binders. Arione checking in, asking, what decides if they go single or double file on the restarts? That's done through the settings, and they double them up. If they don't get a lap in under green, they're going to go back to a single file restart until they do get a lap in under green, and then it goes back to double file. Going to be 8 to go this time by Noah Carpenter, trying to pick up his second win of the season and overtake the points lead from Jace Mungin in the process. I don't think he's close enough to get the points lead, but oh, big contact. Krupp and Carpenter into the outside wall. What a bonsai move by Gavin Krupp. We'll pull up the replay on this one. Looks like the caution may have been for Dustin Weber in the 54. Weber got it a little bit loose. Oh, makes contact with one hard into the inside wall. That's what brought out the caution. The move from Krupp was after the caution came out. So we're not going to have a change at the front of the field. There's Noah Carpenter pit side. And that's Gavin Krupp at the front of the field. Tough break for Noah Carpenter. Obviously got the meatball. Don't see where the damage is, but Krupp went flying into turn 3 and 4. Forced Carpenter up into the outside wall. So down to 7 laps to go. Krupp, Baldwin, Mungin, Coaster, Freeze, your top 5. White, Hodge, Anderson, Kotu, Chabert, the top 10. 12 cars still remain on the lead lap. Green flag back in the air. Gavin Krupp going to be your race leader. And again, we don't know if Krupp has a black flag here or not. For the meatball for damage, a black flag issued by iRacing. Here comes Mungin looking to the inside. Hearing that an EOL penalty, and this may be coming post-race, is going to be issued to Gavin Krupp for the contact with Noah Carpenter. So really your battle for the race lead now is between Jace Mungin and Dylan Baldwin. Down to 3 to go. Again, you're looking at the battle for the race lead. This is Jace Mungin, Dylan Baldwin, and Nathan Coaster. Gavin Krupp will be receiving a black flag. Mungin, big right side into Krupp. Forces him up the racetrack. So now with a white flag flying, the battle for the race lead is this one. Jace Mungin, your race leader, trying to extend his point lead. Oh man, what a big right rear from Krupp into Baldwin. Off at turn number 4, checkered flag gonna fly this time. And it will be Jace Mungin picking up the win over Nathan Custer, James Freeze, Ryan Hodge, Jackson White will be your top 5. And again, that's assuming no post-race penalties or anything here. But with that, we've got to get on over to the Wide Open Wednesday series. So we're going to put the countdown clock up here, and then we will be back here in just a couple of minutes once we get into the next server. You're watching the Wide Open Wednesday doubleheader here on the National Racing Network.
If there's one thing every car guy hates, it's cleaning the garage. Do you want to take most of the time and hassle out of that job? Then call Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Agnes and her crew will have your garage, shop, basement, or even your porch looking great all the time. With unique patterns and designs, plus the ability to incorporate your logo or any artwork, your space will never have looked better. Installation is done in 1 day, guaranteed, and Zone Garage offers a 20-year warranty on the top coat. Their coatings are durable, anti-slipped, and impact resistant. Give them a call at 570-856-6067. That's 570-856-6067 for Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey.
All right, everybody, welcome back here up to Weedsport. Quick flight up the East Coast. We are ready to go racing here in a B main. We'll give you the rundown, same as we do every week here, as things progress. Ryan Cummings, James Coslow on the front row for this restart. John Biotti, Doug Smith, Shadak, Jordan Cox, Tyler Vadigue, Jared Rary, Cole Perez, Chris Kurtzel, Tyler King, Ashton DeWitt in this one. Little bit of contact there between Coslow and Cummings. Caution flag going to fly. This is caution number 2. Trouble for Walt Shadak. Also, looks like Tyler Madigue off as well. Here's the Hot Shoe Raceway instant replay. Oh man, that was a big hit there from the 00 Jared Rarig. Flips the 14 upside down. Shadak gonna have to tow into the pits. So we'll go back to live racing here, and yeah, that's an end of the line penalty for Jared Rarig. I want to remind everybody, unlike the Quarter Midget races, this is fully admin. So there's a team of either 3 or 4 admins tonight working the race. Their only job is to watch and call the penalties, call the balls and strikes as they see things happen on the racetrack. Down to 4 to go here. And we'll get you the results here. This is the B main. Cummings, Coslow, Diotti, Smith, Cox, your top 5. Let's see if we can get word here on how many will transfer. And we are unfortunately not going to be able to do any interviews tonight. We have our system set up for the High Side Hustle broadcast tomorrow night. So unfortunately, that means we can't get the Discord server that we use into the software. 8 will transfer out of the B main here. Cummings, Coslow, Smith, Diotti, Cox, Kurtzel, Perez, and Manigue, the transfer cars right now. Pick up the battle at the back. Oh, Manigue hard into the outside wall, up and over. We'll see if he's able to clear before it's going to bring out a caution flag. Yes, he does. So we should have our 8 now. Cummings, Smith, Diotti, Cotslow, Kurtzel, Cox, Perez, and Rary. One way or the other, we've got our 8. Checkered flag in the air. Ryan Cummings picks up the win here in the B main. Over Doug Smith, John Diotti, Chris Kurtzel, James Coslow, and Jordan Cox. As they finish up here, let's get you the results kind of in line. We'll blast through everything real quick. Qualifications tonight. Logan Rumsey over Loudon Reimer. No surprise there. Alex Kolnick, Kyle Smith, Tom Arndt, your top 5. Good run there for Tom Arndt. Heat race number 1. Rumsey, Siegel, Snyder, and Arndt. Heat number 2. Reimer, Buchel, Dontonville, and Jax Yohn, your top 4. Mancini, Kolonix, Carter, and Welsh. And then we will have Zigafus, Smith, Zarensis, and Isabella Van Orden out of heat race number 4. Heat number 5 didn't need to run it. The D main didn't need to run that one either. The C main, Cox, Smith, Kurzel, Sager, the lock-in cars. Here's your B main. Cummings, Smith, Diotti, Kurzel, Kostler, Cox, Perez, Rarig, the transfer cars. And here is your starting lineup. Logan Rumsey and Loudon Reimer going to make up the front row for this one. They will continue their duel. It's been a great one all season long. Paul Mancini and Jasper Zigafus in row number 2. Cody Siegel and Adam Buchel in row 3. Alex Kolonix, Kyle Smith in row number 4. Steven Snetter Jr. and Logan Dontonville in row number 5. Talon Carter and Lawson Zarensis will make up row number 6. Tom Artz and Jax Yohn in row number 7. Cody Welsh and Isabella Van Orden in row number 8. Ryan Cummings and Doug Smith in row 9. John Diotti, Chris Kurzel, row 10. James Koslow and Jordan Cox in row number 11. And row 12 will have Cole Perez and Jared Rarig. 60 laps the distance here. Caution flag laps are going to count. This one's going to be absolutely fantastic. Logan Rumsey and Loudon Reimer making up the front row. This one will be a duel, that's for sure. Green flag in the air. We're underway. Rumsey gets the good jump over Reimer. Both are going to head to the bottom. Reimer sloshes up the racetrack just a little bit. That's going to open the door for Paul Mancini to look to his inside. Mancini, has to get the inside. Big bobble there out of the 3. We'll try to see who that one was. Mancini and Reimer going to continue to do battle. I think that was Cody Siegel into 3. He was hard contact into the inside retaining wall. Keeps his foot in. He really don't need the left front on these things anyway. Mancini and Reimer going to duke it out now for second as lap number 3 is on board. Caution flag number 1. Comes out onto the racetrack. Let's see if we can find the issue there. Trouble for Lawson Zarensis, it looks like. Actually, Race for Instant Replay. Keep your eye on that black number 1 at the top of the screen. And the number 12. 12 is Zarensis. He got a little bit of help, I think, from Jax Yohn. We'll play You Make the Call here. On board with Jax Yohn out the nose. Yeah, there it was. Contact from Jax Yohn sends around Lawson Zarensis. So we'll see if, yep, there it is. Jax Yohn to the back of the field. EOL for the driver, the number 24. Lights are out. We're going to double up here. Rumsey and Mancini now going to make up the front row. Actually, we got to record an interview with Paul Mancini last night for the Slide Up podcast. We'll get that interview out to you in a couple of weeks. I think early February we're going to be looking to premiere that show. You'll find that on all the major podcast platforms as well as the Facebook and YouTube channels. The flag goes back in the air. Rumsey quickly to the bottom. Mancini slides up the racetrack just a little bit. There's contact with Reimer. The 22 goes over. Mancini may have gotten into the back of Reimer. We'll see. Huge wreck. That was a mess. Let's take a look here. Wrong one. Let's get the right replay for you here. Here it is. Reimer looked to the inside of Mancini in turns 1 and 2. Yeah, Reimer got into Mancini. He got spun around. Several cars collected trying to get out of the way. Not real smart trying to back it up into traffic either there, but one way or the other, Loudon Reimer. Well, not a good look at it there. Let's see if we can. There it is. Loudon Reimer is pit side and out of this race, at least contending for a win. Jesper Zigafus also in the pit area as well. Now it's just a matter of getting the field sorted out here. And that's all done by timing and scoring. Pull the comments up here. Robert Mancini. Go Paul, full send. Well, I don't think Paul knows anything else to do other than full send. Richie Van Orden checking in saying shocker when we were discussing Reimer and Mancini at the front of the field. Yeah, no surprise there. They are two of the best on the iRacing platform, period. Yeah, Logan and Loudon are really two of the best here. We do have some changes at the front. Rumsey is going to be your race leader. There's a look at him. Cody Siegel now running in second. I could have sworn the front left of that car was going to have to get hacked off. You can see it a little bit. That front left is not pointing a very friendly direction. So at a minimum, the toe is not going to be real friendly on that car. Paul Mancini still runs third. Steven Snyder Jr. up 5 positions now, running in the 4th spot. Adam Buchel up 1 to 5th. They're in the 131. Logan Dontonville in the 42. Cody Welsh in the 027. Talon Carter, Kyle Smith, Ryan Cummings. The high pressure washing and painting hard charger of the race so far in this one. Up 8 spots, that is Cody Welsh. James Koslow up 8 as well to the 13th position. Big gap here to the pace truck. Green flag is out. We are back underway. Mancini slides way high up the racetrack. That's going to allow Siegel to grab second and put Mancini. Oh, Steven Snyder Jr. got the inside wall, spins it around. Yeah, that has to bring out a caution flag. Really no way around that one. Tough break, though, for Steven Snyder Jr. Let's go on board with him, see what Steven Snyder Jr. saw. That's all it is. I mean, it's not a huge gap to that inside retaining wall coming through turns 3 and 4, but you gotta run that inside lane. Snyder now gonna make the right-hand turn and head back into the pit area. A break for Steven Snyder Jr. We head back to the front of the field, and I think this may be a single file restart. We'll keep an eye on that one as well. So already to 1/3 distance here. The caution laps do count in this one. That's something that Logan Rumsey's got to be absolutely thrilled about here. Not having to burn off that right rear at all. Lights are out. We are going to get ready to go back under the green flag. We'll see here at Weedsport, the pace truck actually kind of has to make a pretty ugly turn to get off the racetrack. Right there it is. Green flag is going to come out. Rumsey on the loud pedal as soon as the pace truck clears the surface. We're back underway. He's going to head to the top side. Cody Siegel going to try to keep that inside lane working. We're going to have a fight for the race lead here into 3 and 4. Rumsey tries to get it back down to the bottom. slides up the racetrack, almost gets it up into the outside wall. That's going to open the door for Siegel. He's got the spot on the back straightaway. Oh man, that's tight. Caution flag is out. Trouble on the racetrack. Looks like Jared Rarig may have had an issue there. Oh wow, big hit for the 17. That was Tom Arns. Pick up the replay, see what happened there. Little bit of contact and a whole lot of help going up and over. 77 Jasper Ziegfeld's got a ton of that as well. So that will put us under the caution flag, and there it is. iRacing timing and scoring new race leader Cody Siegel. So now we're approaching 1/3 distance, 20 of 60. Been a long day for this one, folks. Just getting the message here from Race Control, the 021, Steven Snyder Jr., end of line for cause of caution. And obviously Tom Arntz to the back as well. Didn't see where Snyder was involved early in that one, but we'll see here. Ziegfeld's going to get the wave around. That will put him back on the lead lap. So 24 of 24 cars still on the lead lap here as we are now working the 1/3 distance. For everybody tuning in here for the Wide Open Wednesday series, I want to remind you, coming up tomorrow night, 8 p.m. here on the National Racing Network, the High Side Hustle. Bert Wojcik and Adam Rubright from Westies in Hamburg. Make sure you come on out, hang out with us for a little bit. From 8 to 9 p.m., we have a great show lined up for you. Good work by the guys this week. Brett Dio, the promoter of the Short Track Super Series, is going to be on the show. And Mr. Soup Bowl himself, Jason McDougall, big Silver Crown announcement this week as well. It'll be a good show tomorrow night. 8 o'clock right here on NRN, and doing this out at Westies in Hamburg. Green flag back in the air. Cody Siegel going to be your race leader. Rumsey forcing the issue up to the top of the racetrack. And he is losing a ton of time on corner entry there. In fact, we're going to have a good battle now between Rumsey and Paul Mancini. Down the back straightaway, that kind of D-shaped. The track's almost a true oval. Caution flag back out here as lap number 24 goes up on the scoreboard. Trying to see what happened here. Let's take a look. May have been trouble for John Diotti. Keep your eye on the 122. Well, he got some help from Jordan Cox going around there. Cox basically overcooked it on corner entry. Oh, pretty big hit there for the 22. Alex Kolinix as well. We'll take a look here and see what the call from Race Control might be. Never a good sign when the typing message is long. Keeping an eye on the front of the field here. There is Cody Siegel. He's your race leader over Logan Rumsey. There's the message, 122 of John Diotti and the 01 of Jordan Cox, excuse me. John Diotti and Jordan Cox both going to the back of the field. That one, I tend to think Diotti is because the car spun. Cox, it was for the contact, as green flag goes back in the air. Rumsey right up on the back bumper. Oh, he might have given a little bit of chrome horn to Cody Siegel on quarter entry. Siegel going to give it right back on the exit. Siegel running the high line. Rumsey forced to stay down low. Siegel's going to have the lead at the line, but not by much. Good drive off the corner. Rumsey forced to try to make the inside lane work here. Siegel, the only car right now running that outside lane. Give it to Logan Rumsey that time by. Siegel slides up the racetrack just a little bit. That may be all the opening that Logan Rumsey needed. Rumsey's finding the inside grip. Here comes Siegel fighting right back to the outside. How many laps these guys want to dance like this for? Rumsey slides up the racetrack just a little bit. New race leader Logan Rumsey. Siegel going to fight back, looking to the inside. Somebody may have had trouble there, but we stay under green. Just judging by the cloud of dust coming up. There's Rumsey and Siegel. Mancini and Talon Carter also going to fight. That'll be the battle for the third position. Caution flag's going to fly on the racetrack once again for the 6th time. Take a look, see if we can see what happened here. Looks like trouble for Ryan Cummings. Cummings into 27. Hold all by himself. Clipped the berm, got it up hard into the outside wall. Oh, Steven Snyder Jr. absolutely drills him in the door. Steven Snyder Jr. is not having a fun night here at Weedsport. That's a couple of times now that he's been involved in things that weren't of his doing. So we can safely assume then that the EOL will be coming for 27 of Ryan Cummings. Once we get that confirmed, we'll get that information out to you. But just past the halfway point in this one, Logan Rumsey over Cody Siegel and Paul Mancini. And again, want to remind everybody, we're set up for the hustle tomorrow. We got to make sure that show comes off pretty darn near perfect. So unfortunately, we can't bring you any post-race interviews tonight. Actually, the issue is not with you hearing the drivers, it's with them hearing us. There's the official word from race control, the EOL end of line for the 27. So 25 laps to go here as we work under the 6th caution flag of the race. Lights are out on the pace truck. We're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. See if we can't find the standings here. There's no chance we'll be able to read that small. So 25 to go. Rumsey's still the race leader. He's making the inside lane work. Siegel running to the outside. And a couple of cars that are doing battle back here. Let's pick it up. This is Logan Dontonville and Chris Kurtzel. Kurtzel in the 7, Dontonville in the 42. Just as we say that, caution flag will fly once again. Trouble on the racetrack. Let's take a look here. There may have been Lawson's Rensis having the issue. That's the number 12 black and green Waffle House entry. Trying to get on the back bumper of Isabella Van Orden. Man, same thing. Hits the inside wall. Oh, huge hit to Alex Collins. Steven Snyder Jr. got a piece of that too. Hey, these modifieds in iRacing are absolutely bulletproof. You've got to really try to junk one of these things. So Zarensis backs it off the wall after tearing the catch fence down a little bit. Keep you updated on our high pressure washing and painting hard charger award. Currently, Chris Kurtzel has that spot up 10 positions to the 10th spot. Pace truck getting ready to turn off. I'm going to be quiet here. We'll give you guys a chance to crank it up. Coming across to 16 to go. Logan Rumsey, your race leader, by half a second over Cody Siegel. Paul Mancini runs in the 3rd position. Mancini running the top side of the racetrack. He's going to have Adam Bouchel on his back bumper. Colin Carter looking to the inside. Caution flag number 8 flying over this one. Take a look and see what happened here. May have been trouble for Jared Rarius. So keep your eye on that double O. I think the yellow snap-on pulls that true. Overcooked the corner just a little bit. Oh, and then trying to get the car backed up, Logan Rumsey doored him. Let's get you the replay here from Logan Rumsey's onboard. This is never what you want to see. See, the caution lights are on. Bang. Stopped car right in front of you, sliding. You can see how slick this racetrack is. Pull up a comment here. Barry Greenswig saying, why so late? Well, I guess it depends on, are you talking about this broadcast or the show tomorrow night? Earlier tonight, Harry Owen asking about if there was a demolition derby on iRacing, and here you go, Don Grebe saying this is your derby. I don't know that I would go that far, but the mods, you can definitely beat them up. Screen flag's going to come back in the air with 12 to go. Rumsey, your race leader, into turn number 1. Well, here's Siegel to the inside, though. He's right there with him. Down the back straightaway, Cody Siegel's going to have the race lead. If the caution comes quick, this could be Cody Siegel's race to lose. Rumsey going to get it wound up on the outside. He'll have the lead by half a car length at the line, 11 to go. Rumsey almost puts it up into the outside wall on corner exit. Caution is out. It wasn't going to be enough. Siegel not there yet. We're going to wad him up once again. Let's see here. Trouble may have been for. Let's take a look here. This may actually be catching it a little bit into it. Trouble again for Lawson's Princess. Yeah, that actually happened a little bit ahead of them. Trouble on the racetrack. It was Jack Stone and Alex Collins. Let's see here. Well, actually, Trouble, now that we find the right replay, right? This is the 42 of Logan Dontonville. He got into it with Alex Collins. See what happened. Oh, there you go. 42 got into the inside wall. 22 finished the job off. I would imagine you're going to be seeing an EOL penalty coming up here for the 42 of Logan Dontonville, but we'll see what race control has to say on that one. Caution number 9, and there's your race leader, Logan Rumsey. He can't be too upset with that caution flag coming out there. Cody Siegel really had a good run on him, and now there's not a lot of time left either for Siegel to try to make the move. You got it. It seems like it's taking him 2 or 3 laps, and we're going to come back to green with 7 to go. Cody Siegel is really going to have to get a move on here. Good run for Paul Mancini, holding on here at the front of the field. Started third, runs third. No penalty for Dontonville as they cause a caution. Here's Mancini letting it eat up on the outside wall. Where did Loudon Reimer come from? Loudon Reimer, involved in the early caution, goes to the pits, comes back from dead last. Loudon Reimer now running in the top 4. Oh, Reimer gets into the back of Siegel as Mancini's going to get around the outside. That allowed Talon Carter to get up behind as Reimer had to grab the binders, down to 5 to go. Can Paul Mancini have anything for Logan Rumsey here at the front of the field? Siegel now going to send it up to the high line as Carter, Reimer, and Welsh all going to run the inside. There's the gap between Mancini and race leader Logan Rumsey. It's about 0.6 of a second. There is a shot at a green-white checkered if we get the yellow here in the next couple of laps. Mancini, wow, really drove it deep into the corner there. Down to 3 to go. It's going to be 2 to go this time by the start-finish line. Is lap traffic going to come into play? I believe that's Jordan Cox right ahead. Yes, it is. Jordan Cox right ahead of race leader Logan Rumsey. Are they going to get to Cox, and is he going to cause a problem for the race leaders? White flag is out, 1 to go for your race leader, Logan Rumsey. Mancini sails it off deep into the corner, but it may not matter. Rumsey looks to the inside. Going to run it right through the slick. Mancini got it up on the cushion. Checkered flag in the air. Put another win on the board with style for Logan Rumsey. Paul Mancini brings it home second. Cody Siegel with a big old shot to Mancini. After the flag, Mancini comes home third. There you go. Rumsey, Mancini, Siegel, Talon, Carter, Loudon, Reimer, your top 5. Continuing with the extracurriculars here. There's your top 3 up here in what amounts to Weedsport Victory Lane. Let's see if we can get a better look at her. There you go, right under the Jumbotron. Whoever set off the smoke machine behind them, thank you very much. Fireworks popping off in the background. Here are your feature results. Rumsey, Mancini, and Siegel, your top 3. Talon, Carter, Loudon, Reimer round out the top 5. Cody Welsh, Kyle Smith, Chris Kurzel, Jasper Zigafus, James Costello complete the top 10. And Chris Kurzel, your 8th place finisher. Once again, your high pressure washing and painting hard charger, gaining 12 positions on the night. Very, very nice run for that driver. So here we go. Let's pull up our race info here, because we are done for the night here, just about anyway. Coming up tomorrow on the High Side Hustle. Get the graphic updated here. Tomorrow night on the High Side Hustle, guest Brett Dio and Jason McDougall. J-Mac going to join Burt Wojcik and Adam Rubright. Really looking forward to that one. This show is going to be a ton of fun. Join us tomorrow night at Westie's in Hamburg. Absolutely fantastic food up there. Had the crab cake sandwich. That was outstanding. The wings were really good. Something tells me soup and chili might be on the menu tomorrow night. Made the bad joke before, we'll make it again. Super show coming up. Promoter of the Short Track Super Series, Brett Dio, and Mr. Soup himself, Jason McDougall. So looking forward to that one. You can see it here live on the National Racing Network tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Facebook and YouTube, the destinations for that one. And for everybody here at the National Racing Network, fantastic production staff all the way around. We got some really neat stuff we're going to be able to announce here in the next couple of weeks as well. Looking forward to the 2021 outdoor racing season getting started here real soon. My name is Chris Graham, and like we said, for everybody here at the National Racing Network, we wish you a very pleasant good night, a good day tomorrow, and it's time to go racing, folks. Have a great night.
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Dude, are you okay?
I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
If there's one thing every car guy hates, it's cleaning the garage. Do you want to take most of the time and hassle out of that job? Then call Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Agnes and her crew will have your garage, shop, basement, or even your porch looking great all the time. With unique patterns and designs, plus the ability to incorporate your logo or any artwork, your space will never have looked better. Installation is done in 1 day, guaranteed, and Zone Garage offers a 20-year warranty on the top coat. Their coatings are durable, anti-slipped, and impact resistant. Give them a call at 570-856-6067. That's 570-856-6067 for Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey.
At 600cc Performance, our roots run deep in CC racing. A leader in fuel injection, dyno tuning, wiring, and diagnostics. With over 15 years of experience in building and tuning, you can count on us to get you to the winner's circle. Whether it is diagnostics, sales, or service, 600cc Performance is your source for everything CC racing. Find out more at 600ccperformance.com.